Yeah, welcome back then to Just Chatting. This is episode 3, and my name is Eden Douglas, obviously the host, and I am with my good friend
Josh.
Is that all we get?
I don't know.
You want to get the full government now? Just in case anyone finds you. Yeah, if anyone's wondering how I know Josh, we're on the same course at university, so we spend a lot of time together, working closely together, whether it's with the content we do, obviously with this, and we're just trying to help each other out. So Josh, the first thing we want to talk about, obviously as we go to the same university, is how has your experience been so far?
Yeah, it's been good to be fair. I mean, first year it was just like party year, and then second year you started to get a bit more into the work and it gets a little bit harder, but yeah, it was quite good to be fair.
Yeah, now, I mean, first year was obviously we went out quite a lot together.
Yeah.
First year, I mean, the difference between first year and second year and third year is such a big difference. It's kind of like a complete different. It feels like you go from university, from uni to university completely. I feel like you lose a lot of friends from first year that you go partying with, so it kind of just dies down a little bit. You still go a lot second year and third year. Obviously, you can do. Obviously, if you join societies and whatnot. Were you in any?
I was in a society in first year.
What society was you?
I was in a rugby one with one of my flatmates.
You play rugby?
No, not anymore.
Oh yeah.
Nah, I literally just joined it just for fun and because like they'd go out a lot and drink and it was fun to be fair.
Well, you like doing all the rugby initiations.
I wasn't.
You know where they make you.
I was alright at rugby to be fair though. I did rugby
do strange things to be back end and whatnot. we know what they do in those initiations.
Nah, what do you call it? I did rugby in primary school, so.
Well, that was
Yeah.
So basically, you're saying is we know why you turned out the way that you are. Is that what you're saying?
Crazy. Nah, like tag rugby and that.
Yeah, tag rugby. All right. You didn't want to do contact though.
Nah, not until I got into uni. I did that. So I just joined it because I didn't know what to do. But
yeah. To be fair, I joined a beer society and I don't think I ever once went out with any of them, did anything at all. I think I kind of just stuck with the people I live with, went out with them lot, and yeah, I think I paid to join the society as well. I didn't even meet a single person, but I think it was at a time where because I'd met such good people so early on, I wasn't too bothered about going out and meeting more people and making new friends and whatnot. But another question I got for you, which is kind of leads on to the making new friends and meeting new people. Obviously, you moved home, so now you travel from home. How has that experience been different from you when it comes to coming to uni, coming to the lectures, meeting new people, going out, etc., etc.?
Yeah, I mean, it's not as easy. Like, like the social life is not so good because going out is just hard because I have to travel down, which means I'll either have to drive down, which means I'll have to leave my car at somebody's, or I'll have to find somebody where I can park it overnight and pay. But other than that, it's not too bad to be fair, unless we've got them lectures where we've just got one day. Yeah. If we've got one day and it's just a couple of hours and I have to drive down for that, it can get long to be fair.
Yeah, like you said, because we're only in 2 days a week as well. We do Monday and Tuesday.
Yeah.
If you come down Monday, you can't really go out Monday because you got university first thing Tuesday. And then, I mean, I guess you could go out Tuesday, but if you work or something like that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I work back at home as well, so it's like, it's not very easy. And when you've got like 8 a.m. lectures, you're having to get up because it's like an hour to drive in here.
You're absolutely hungover.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
That wasn't me too. I wasn't hungover, but I woke up like 30 minutes after the lecture started. I was sitting there thinking like, do I even come in? Do I not?
I feel like that's why I enjoyed first year so much, though, to be fair. Like, I didn't enjoy it so much. I wish I'd have experienced even more, but like, it was just so much easier because I wasn't exactly pushing the work fully and I could actually enjoy myself.
You didn't have that, you had a better balance between your work and social life.
100%.
I can agree with that, especially with actually working, because first year I didn't, like, outside of uni, I didn't work either. I don't know if you did.
First year, I did actually. I worked at McDonald's, but I was only doing like one or 2 shifts a week.
Oh yeah, that's not too bad. I wasn't working first year, and I went from that to like second year doing 40 hours a week all year long. This year I'm doing 30 hours a week, and the difference between your social life, I mean,
it's a big difference.
Yeah, like I have to book time off to even go out. If I go out, I've got to worry about work at like 9 a.m. the next day. Like, it's such a change that. The amount of times I went out, granted, obviously, the money's different as well. You're trying to save a bit more and whatnot, but you just realise you can't do the things. And I feel like you think back a lot as well to how good like first year was, that it kind of just makes second and third year not feel as good or look as good. I don't know if that's just me.
Yeah, no, that's true, to be fair. But also, like, first year, you can get yourself in some really bad habits. You know, when you just, because you move into uni, let's say you move in, you've got your flat, you don't really know many people because you've only just got there, and you're just on your own in your flat, you can get into some such bad habits. And I was just lucky to not really get into any, to be fair.
What sort of habits do you feel like? Just like, let's say if you give advice to someone coming to uni or to yourself before starting uni, things that you wish that you kind of knew or that would help you or help someone new coming through?
Just don't do anything that's out your comfort zone, really. Like, of course, you've got to test your comfort zone sometimes, but if it's so out of your comfort zone where it's going to harm you or get you addicted to something, don't push it, because you don't need to fit in with other people. There's loads of people at university, and you're going to find mates anyway, aren't you?
Yeah, I agree with that. Because especially when you realise, like, let's say a lot of people are going out and doing one thing, you can find yourself, because you want to fit in and make friends and whatnot, you can find yourself doing things that, like, you don't normally do or you don't want to do. If you want to test something, you can test something. No one's going to stop you.
Yeah.
But you don't want to, obviously, with how bad addictions can be, you don't want to find yourself doing stuff that you don't normally do just to fit in or just to join the crowd. I feel like that's definitely something
It's a lot more freedom, though, also, because, like, you're not... Let's say you're living at home, you've got certain boundaries that you have got to do just for pure respect with, like, your family or whoever you're living with. But when you move into your own place and you're in a city and you can walk out your door and you're in a massive, huge populated city, there's so many things that you can do and you can just experience that you couldn't really do before.
Yeah, no, that's true. And you don't have any... well, you do obviously have the responsibility, but you don't have, like, anyone really...
Other people's responsibility leaning
like,
on you.
You don't have to, like, come home. Like, you have freedom to kind of live your life. And I think that's one thing that's helped me is becoming an adult, like, just cleaning so much more, cooking so much more, just realising that as you grow older, you do have to look after yourself.
Oh, 100%.
And I feel like a lot of people have learned that. I mean, there's still quite a few people who don't know how to cook.
I feel like one of the hardest things as well is keeping track of your money.
Yeah.
Being at uni, because realistically, what people think when they come to uni, that they get all this money, but they don't have to pay it back. Yeah. Which is, like, not true at all. Of course, you won't really see it come out of your bank, but either way, the money that you're getting, you want to use, like, with a purpose. That's the reason why they're giving it. They won't just keep your money for free. Yeah. They're giving it for a purpose. So being able to keep track of your money and use it properly whilst you're at uni is probably one of the biggest things that you do need to learn when you go here.
Even the maintenance loan, because obviously I get minimum, you get minimum. But even when I've seen people who do get max, because rent's so much as well nowadays. You spend so much on rent, and then next thing you know, you're going out so much or you're buying so many things. You can run out of money so quick. And if you don't have a job, because I feel like that's part of the reason why I got a job as well, and maybe likewise to you, that, like, the money disappears. Because obviously I took a gap year before university. Yeah. So I came and I had quite a lot of money saved, and by the time it was like 6 months in,
it was all gone.
Yeah, and it was it was a rough time, but
I saved up.
It's just a learning experience.
Well, I saved up for like 4 months before I came to uni, but that was gone in the first week. Yeah, like, it just goes so quickly.
Yeah, you can get into a really bad habit of going out. 'Cause I think there was a time in first year when I was going out literally like 4 or 5 times a week, doing 4 or 5 day benders every single week.
Like, don't get me wrong, it's fun and everything. Yeah, but, like, there's got to be points where you just got to take a chill, because some people just really do get addicted to going out, and then before you know it, they've got an alcohol problem, or they get bored whenever they're on their own, so they're always having to do something, and it can just pull you down, really.
Yeah. The best thing I can say on top of that is I would always recommend, if you do want to go out, because I wouldn't say I regret my first year off, my best, is trying to pre-drink as much as you can. Yeah. The moment you go out and you're not that drunk, next thing you know, but you'll buy one drink, then another, then another.
Yeah, that will not stop.
Next thing you know, you fucking check your bank account.
Because that's the thing.
And you wish you didn't.
You know, inside, like, big cities as well, like we're in Nottingham, the thing about Notts, compared to, like, the smaller cities, is as soon as the club finishes at 4, that's not it. Yeah. You're going to another club, and then you're staying at that club till 6, and then that's still not it. And then there's after parties, and before you know it, it's midday the following day, and then you check your bank, and you're like, what have I done? Yeah.
Wait, what's a good nightlife experience that you've had? I'll quickly give one from my first year. There was I think we had a uni day on Tuesday where we came in from like either 10 or 12 till about 3 or 5.
Right.
Something like that. Well, getting into it. The night before I went out drinking, went out, whatnot. Got home. This is about probably 5 o'clock because we used to go out, be out to the ends,
Yeah.
and then we'd go and grab food. Still just walking around the city, whatnot. Grab food, go home. Next thing you know, it's 5, 6. Wasn't even tired.
Yeah.
Stayed up till the lecture, went, and then we went from about 10 till 1. And then remember when we used to go on our breaks and we'd go to Weatherspoons and
and we'd just get absolutely smashed at Weatherspoons.
we'd have a few drinks at Weatherspoons as well. So I'm already hungover, no sleep. We'd go Weatherspoons, drink some more, go back to the lecture, and then I went back out again on that same night.
Fucking hell.
So I just didn't get any sleep. Went out, basically had 2 nights out in like one day, basically.
So Jackie knew as well. Our tutor, she knew that we was going Weatherspoons because as soon as we come back in, she'd be like,
"Yeah, because you used to stink like that."
Just stink like booze.
Yeah,
but have you got that's the thing. That's a funny uni though.
Yeah,
like I don't think we could really do that in 3rd year.
Yeah, you've got to just experience stuff like that once, just because it's just an experience. You've got an experience. I mean, it is part of the uni experience, and that's one thing people get hooked up on, but it's more of a first year thing. The moment you get free, you do want to focus on work. So I feel like I've neglected the uni work a lot, and I feel like it has kept me behind now coming into 3rd year and like knowing what I need to crack down on and do to get a good grade. It is a lot harder than what you think to get a good grade. So I feel like you do need to try and find a good balance between both of them.
Yeah, I mean, the one thing that university tutors won't tell you, which is complete facts to be fair, anything throughout 1st and 2nd year really will not change what you get in 3rd year.
Oh yeah.
But the last exam so your summatives inside 1st and 2nd year, they do decide if you go through to the next year. So they're the only actual ones that really do mean something to get you through to the next year. But all your formatives, they make it out like it's a massive deal and you get so much. Like, of course, you do get feedback and stuff. Yeah, it's good. But honestly, they're not as important as they say they are. I
feel like it's easy for our course as well because we don't have a dissertation, and I think most other courses, I'm not sure if the 1st year mattered. Maybe it was the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd, but I know there's quite a few other courses for the people I live with where their 2nd year also counts towards their 3rd year grade.
Oh, really?
So I think our course is a bit different in that way, but
yeah,
I mean,
I'm happy about that.
We both failed 2nd year, didn't we?
I
had to do. I had to do a summer research.
I had to do one, so I passed 2 of mine, and then one of them I had to do a research.
Yeah, I feel like that was all down to working a lot more as well. I'm not sure.
Yeah,
maybe a little bit working, drinking.
Yeah,
we could put the blame wherever we want to put it. But something I want to ask you about, because we both started this again recently, is gym. You've been going gym again, haven't you? A lot more?
Yeah, I go quite a lot at the moment, to be fair. I've been going for the past, I'd say about 2 years now, just over 2 years. But only really been taking it like properly serious in the past year when I started seeing like change, and I was like, I really want to like pursue this. So,
what do you think is the number one advice you can give to stay consistent, or like the hardest struggle you found to stay consistent? Like,
I feel like the hardest struggle for most people as well is just being committed to it every day in, day out, being able to go to work, come home from work, go to the gym, because it's not like something easy to do. You're pushing weights, you're doing cardio, like it is tiring. But once you start and see them small changes, you'll not want to stop. Yeah, because you know it's working. And then you'll just want to keep going. That's what made me carry on going anyway, because as soon as I started seeing small changes, and especially when other people recognise it as well, it's definitely one of the...
it's really good for your self-esteem when someone mentions it to you. I remember I started going, I was a lot younger when I did. I think I was about 15 or 16. Yeah. I was quite skinny at the time. Yeah. So I was always, not in a bad way, but I was what we call, like, I was always known as like lanky, this, that, the other. Yeah. And I just thought to myself, like, I don't like being skinny, so I thought I'd start going gym. I went consistently for about 3 years, stopped for a couple of years, and I've started again now. And I feel like I've now got the motivation because I know what I used to look like, and I know that I can get back to that level.
Just want to push.
So it's kind of easier for me to get back into it. But when you start, it's going to be so hard at first. I mean, especially if you work a lot. I'll come back from a 12-hour shift and then having to motivate yourself to go gym.
But then that's how you really That's how you really know that you want to keep it going and you are motivated.
Yeah, that's all right. So when it comes to staying committed, I find that if you just keep track of progress, like little things like weight, how much you can lift. I think PRs are very important as well when it comes to motivating you.
Yeah.
Because you said you recently hit
Yeah, I recently hit my bench PR, which
which
absolutely gassed about 100.
There we go. 100 kilograms. There you go. There we go. Got a little smile out of him.
Yes. PRs are amazing because you have a goal to push against. You don't just go there just to lift. You go there to try and beat what you did before. And that's also going to help you on your build, on how you carry on going, and it's just going to motivate you overall, isn't it?
And that's the number one thing, because when you look at social media and other things, or you see fitness influence, they'll lift so much, and then you'll think about what you can do, and you'll compare yourself to them.
Yeah.
When all you can do is, like you're saying yourself, you were happy about it. All you're doing is comparing yourself to yourself.
To yourself, yeah.
Like you did 90 before, now you've done 100.
Yeah.
I feel like that's where you'll get the most motivation out of it. There was a time when I was younger, I think my max deadlift was 170 kilograms.
Yeah.
I kept telling myself, I think there was about 6 months left in the year. I kept telling myself, I'm going to hit 200. I didn't get there in the end, unfortunately. So there's no happy ending to the story. But like, even though I'd go and see, like, let's say like a Nathaniel Messiah lifting 300 odd kilograms.
That's crazy.
You think crazy. But all you can do is compare yourself to how you was last week or the week before. And even when you plateau, because you said you were stuck at 90 kilograms for a long time.
Yeah, I was stuck at 90 for a good, 3-4 months.
But something like that, you can't let that demoralize you and take you off your path, because I think it's very easy to get stuck on like that plateau where you feel like you're not progressing.
Yeah.
Especially when in terms of looking a certain way. I mean, there was times where I'd go gym for 6 months straight and I'd feel like I looked the exact same as I did 6 months ago.
Yeah.
And it's hard to comprehend the fact that you don't think you've seen any progress, but there is progress being made.
Oh, yeah.
So I think that's another reason why it's very easy to quit.
That's the bit at the start, though, isn't it? Like, when you first start going gym, you don't think you're making progress because you're not going to see any changes within the first couple of months. But realistically, you are actually making a lot of progress. You just don't realise it yet.
Yeah, for sure. And I feel like that's where social media comes in to play again. Like,
yeah, social media it has some positives, but it can ruin people nowadays.
Yeah, even in terms of not going to the gym. I mean, we could probably sit here all day and talk about social media and how it's done this, that, and the other. So we'll touch on gym for a minute and then we'll go on to other topics.
Yeah.
So in terms of gym, I mean, if you scroll down TikTok, even if it's not your For You page, eventually you're going to see some sort of fitness, sort of influencer and whatnot. And the amount of times I'll see guys who are like 10 times bigger than me saying, try this exercise, do this exercise, and you think it's going to go, well, you think it's kind of going to be like not like instant progress, but they say, try this. You try the exercise for so long and you feel like it's not doing much.
Yeah.
That, you should take advice from people, but I think you should just do what works for you. There's so many exercises that I do with like different, like things, like a pull down. You can put so many different like clips onto it. And I feel like the ones that I use, I don't see any other like influencer talking about using that because it's not optimal, this, that, the other.
Yeah.
But it's worked on me, and when I've used it, I've seen progress. Yeah,
because you want to feel comfortable. You want to be able to go to the gym and be happy and comfortable. If you don't feel comfortable in doing what you want to do, then you're never gonna want to go again.
Yeah, there's no point in doing it.
So you just got to do what makes you happy.
Yeah, so you should definitely take some advice, obviously, because some of it can be good, especially in terms of nutrition, dieting.
Yes.
Because I think that's where the gym journey starts from. It starts from the kitchen. Obviously, everyone says it. You've probably heard it many times before. But if you go from eating unhealthy and ordering food and junk food to eating healthy,
it's a massive factor.
Just how different you feel day to day. It's like, you can't even really explain it, but you feel like you're going from being like slouched and like bloated and tired.
Yeah,
so you feel like you have so much more energy.
It does everything. It improves on your sleep. It improves on your skin. It improves on if you want to lose weight, if you want to gain weight. Literally everything. Your overall health just purely comes from in the kitchen. So it's a massive factor of if you're wanting to go to the gym and make a real change. Yeah,
because about a year ago, I was around probably 93, 94 kilograms. I got photos around a year ago. I was around 94 kilograms, or maybe this is 2 years ago. And then there's a time, obviously, I started drinking a lot more, ordering food a lot more, wasn't really watching what I was eating, just eating for the sake of it. And I now weigh around 106 kilograms, which is 12 kilograms more. It might not seem like a lot, but when you're not going to the gym, it's not like you're putting 12 kilograms of muscle on. So I feel like now having like lose that weight again, it's going to feel like tough, but I'm just forcing myself just to go on runs, working out again. Next thing you know, I'll be down to 100, but hopefully a lot of that fat will also then turn into muscle as well.
Yeah.
So even if I don't go back down to 90 odd, I still want to be down to 100, but then the muscle mass has gone up as well. So that's another reason watching your weight is tough as well, because obviously muscle weighs more than fat. So if let's say I go down now and try and tell myself, I want to go back down to 90 kilograms.
You're going to lose a lot of muscle.
Yeah, it's just ridiculous because of how much muscle weighs. And when I was 94, I had muscle and whatnot. It's like, realistically now, being 106, my goal is to go down to 100. I don't even want to go back down to 95 because I feel like at 100, I'll be all right, where I'm building muscle to the point where I won't look like I've got a beer belly from all the drinking. That's where the year one comes in. You get a beer belly eventually.
Yes. But yeah, I used to be just over 100 kilograms about 2 years ago, and now I'm cut down to 79 kilograms.
Wow.
So yeah, it's getting good, to be fair, and I've done it in a way where I'm still keeping my muscle. Yeah. Because before I started gym, I wasn't muscly. I was pretty big. Yeah. Just pretty big. I was I was in a boat with the wrong people as well, to be fair, and I was putting a load of weight on. I was being lazy, just ordering food all the time. Yeah. Drinking, everything like that, getting into horrible habits as well. And then when I stopped and really started focusing on myself, that's when it really all changed about. Yeah. And I put muscle on and lost weight. So, would you say you put muscle on quick? Fairly quick? Yeah, I'd say I put it on a lot quicker than what people normally put it on, to be fair. Do you reckon the steroid usage helped that? That's a joke. That's just a joke. I'd be 2 times bigger. We don't know. It might not be a joke, do we? We don't know that, do we? Nah, I definitely was on steroids. It definitely was? No, I wasn't. I wasn't? Okay, nah, it's right. Pure protein. Pure protein. Chicken and rice. Every day for the last 2 years. A bit of creatine, I don't know. A bit of creatine. Yeah, but like there were days where I woke up where I had just like I'd take 8-9 tablets in the morning, just full of vitamins and like cod liver oil and like all different type of tablets just to help throughout the day. And then I'd hit gym every single day, 2 hours. I'd do an hours of like muscle and then an hours of pure cardio. Yeah, every single day, like non-stop. And then I'd have 1 rest day a week. And it's a good change to see as well, because it's also a complete lifestyle change. I remember going back to first year again, the amount of times you'd say, do you want to go drinking here? Do you want to go? Do you want to go to Wetherspoon's mid-lesson and stuff like that? I don't think we've done that in how long now? No. And it's a good change. Don't get me wrong, you obviously missed those times when you used to do that, but instead now we'll go for some like light food or go grab a drink or something like that, as in like just a regular. The best thing is now we can go out and we can do that without having to think about it, because we've already worked on what we was lacking on before. If we were still like what we were before and we were carried on going out, then it'd just make us worse and worse. But now we've took a change for the better, and the balance is a lot better. We can afford to go out and enjoy ourselves every so often and have that takeaway every so often, you know what I mean? Yeah. Going back to the social media thing, then I've got a question for you. Yeah. So one thing I feel like, well, we touched on this in a conversation before, so we might as well jump back on it. Yeah. Is the way social media has just taken over people's lives in terms of, like, I work at a bingo hall at the moment. Yeah. You'll go there. The amount of times you'll see families come in with, like, obviously partners, families, whatnot. They'll come in and they'll sit on their phone and they won't even talk to each other. I saw a couple come in the other day. Not joking. I'm not sure. Anytime I looked at them, they spoke to each other the entire session. They're just on their phones. Yeah, it's a massive part of the day-to-day life, isn't it now? I mean, people have... Well, everybody's jobs rely on it. Most people's jobs. True. And emailing. It's all through phones, social media now, with like sending messages to family, FaceTiming, calling, all that. That's all linked to it. So
it's a bit hypocritical as well, considering most people are probably going to watch this on their phones.
Yeah, exactly.
You can stay on your phones, but just turn it off after you watch this. That's the advice I'll give.
But yeah, social media, it's changed everything, hasn't it, really, now?
Yeah.
It really has.
It's worse as well when you go out with your friends, and then, granted, I've done it as well. I'm not going to sit here and act like I'm amazing or anything. I'll be on my phone a lot sometimes, whatnot. Yeah. And I do feel bad that I'm on it. And then obviously you'll see other people on their phones and other occasions, and you wish there was times where everyone could just go out. Not saying not be on their phones at all, but minimal phone usage. I feel like those nights always end up being the best nights. Yeah,
no, 100%. But then also I do like it with like the phones and stuff, because it's so much easier to sort stuff out now. So, if, let's say us two were going out, in 3 seconds we could sort out to go out. I'd just message you, you'd message back, or I'd pop you a call, and then it's sorted, you know what I mean? Or if you want to share your opinions, social media, boom, 2 seconds to post, it could go viral. Yeah. Like what we're doing now, recording a podcast, put it on social media. There is positives to it, but I feel like there's just a time and place sometimes. Yeah. Like if I when we were I've got a story. It was Christmas. I went out for a meal with my family, and my brother wouldn't get off his phone. He would not get off his phone. Me and my mum and dad were sat there talking and stuff, having a drink. He wouldn't get off his phone, and my dad would just speak to him about how like there is a time and place. Like you've got ages to go on your phone. Yeah. You can spend an hour without it. Yeah, just with your family. Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah. But yeah, everyone's they're stuck to it nowadays, aren't they?
Yeah. And one thing I wanted to touch on as well when it comes to that is being on the phone is you just spoke and it broke my train of thought. What I was gonna say is, because you started talking about your brother being on his phone and him getting told off and whatnot, is how I feel like it's important to have nights where you can either be with your friends or family where you just say, cool, we're going to not be on our phones as much. Yeah. Because I think, obviously, if like someone's at the bar and you want to get them a drink, so you can text them, easy, whatnot. But I feel like those always end up being the best nights for me.
Yeah, no, they are, because people are they're more active, aren't they? They're more like speaking, like they're more wanting to do stuff. When you're on your phone, you just got your eyes glazing at your phone all the time, aren't you? You just don't want to do it. You just want to stay looking at your phone, and it can get annoying sometimes, to be fair.
Yeah. I mean, we know why you're always on your phone on a night out, just in case you see a pretty girl that you're like, we've been there. No. I've always got to have my phone ready just in case, flash score pops up. I've got to make sure,
But then, to be fair, that's another thing, though, like having your phone when you're going out. You add new people. You can meet new friends. You can like get in relationships, and like it's crazy nowadays what you can do. The fact that you can go up to somebody and say, "Give me your Snapchat," and you could have started a lifelong friendship or something. Yeah. Like it's wild how easy it is nowadays.
Or just meeting someone on Instagram.
Yeah, but then also with the downside of social media, there's quite a lot with like fake news, fake generated photos, stuff like that. AI can be a sticky one at the moment.
Have you been seeing them? Sorry to cut you off. Have you been seeing the AI meow meow videos?
Sorry. AI meow meow videos.
Someone were like this. It was like meow 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 meow. It's like Mrs. Whiskers and Mr. Whiskers, and there's always a story going on. You've not seen it?
No, I can't say I have.
Anyone who's seen it, let me know down in the comments. I promise you. Just go on TikTok if you've not seen it. Type in meow meow AI. Meow, meow, it's like the Adele song. It's like meow meow me meow meow me meow me meow meow meow. You know that song?
I do know the song.
It's a good story. It's like fully AI generated, and it looks so real. And it's like a genuine story, and it's just, I don't know why they just do cat videos. It's just cat videos.
I was about to say, on TikTok, I see a lot of them AI generated singing voices now, where you can speak like you can just say your normal voice into the phone, and then it'll sing a whole song for you in like vocals. It's just crazy how it can do stuff like that nowadays.
Yeah, it's unreal.
It really is. And then with the fake news as well, most of that can be AI generated as well.
Yeah.
And
Don't know what's real anymore, do you?
It can ruin people's lives.
Yeah. I've got one final question then before we do finish this off.
Yeah.
Is what would you say your biggest struggle has been with social media?
My biggest struggle with social media, probably bullying. When I was younger on social media, I used to get bullied quite a bit by a couple of people in school, but I got over that quite quickly, to be fair. But
you didn't want to just turn your phone off?
Well, no, because I wanted to fit in. You know what I mean? I wanted to be like the other people, and I got given a phone for Christmas, and it was like all new technology, and everybody was very happy about it. But then it was just a lot easier for people to like
it's too
push
easy,
you and message you and say horrible things about you, really.
And it's even worse because then you're seeing it online and you don't know who to go to about it.
No,
so it kind of just it happens way too easily, and it can obviously, especially if for younger people on social media now, it can have such negative effects. It's just not even funny.
Yeah,
I'd say mine is. I feel like recently as I've been seeing a lot more like travel influencers, and you just see people traveling all over the world saying they've gone to this place, that place, that place, and I think to myself like, where have I been? What traveling I've been doing?
Yeah.
So it's like once again me comparing myself to someone else, and I think that's been my biggest.
I mean, to be fair, I'm lucky
downside.
enough to travel about, but I do understand what you mean. You know, when people are flexing all like this money and flexing cars, and most of it's not even real. It's not even the person that's posting it. It's not even them. They're just posting it to try to get some like clout, as they say.
Yeah.
But it's just. Don't believe everything that's on social media.
Yeah, nah.
It's not all real. It's really not. And there's a lot of scammers out there, and a lot of it's not always safe. So just be careful.
You'll get that as you grow up.
Yes,
so,
you definitely will.
Yeah, well, I feel that was a good conversation. Obviously, we haven't done this in a very long time. So.
No, yeah, 100%. I mean, it's my first one, so I appreciate you letting me come on as well.
Yeah, I might see you again soon because obviously we have some other things lined up. So I do want to say thank you, Josh. As my first guest in 3 weeks. I don't want to say thank you. I want to say thank you to everyone who have watched this video for the entire way through. Leave a like, leave a comment. Let us know something you wish us to talk about in the next episode, and I will make sure I mention that to the next person on. And have a lovely rest of your day. Can't get my words out.